What's up, Heather? How you doing today?
Hi, Ronnie. I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. We're getting some sunshine outside. We've got a lot of clear skies, so it's really exciting to see that. We just need the opportunity to get outside.
Heck yes, it's nice out today. Absolutely.
This quarantine has taken a toll on all of us, right?
Yes, it has in many, many ways. Emotionally, physically, business, personal. It's affected everything for almost everybody.
Yeah. And so you have a crown on your head because you are known as
The Profit Queen.
Profit Queen. I love it. How'd you get that title?
Actually, it's something that's come along the years of just knowing how to help people in business. And when I
Yeah.
opened up my own business coaching company, it kind of just stuck. So I help other companies make more profit. So they call me the Profit Queen.
The Profit Queen. I love it.
Yeah.
So cool. Well,
Thank
tell us a little bit about yourself today. Today, guys, we're going to talk about strategies that we can use to start to recover from this pandemic. And it's taken a toll on everybody. It's touched every aspect of our society, every business. Nobody is going to just get through this without being affected by it. So I think it's time we start talking about what we're going to do individually, collectively, and what we're going to do in order to strategize coming out of this. And, some of our businesses are going to change forever. My business is going to change forever because of this. And we can't just keep running from it. We've got to embrace it. And so let's start talking about some topics. So if you're watching today, go ahead and post comments in the comments box. A little bit later during this interview, we'll go and answer those questions and talk about it. So we've already got them coming in. Danny Ramos is one of my boys. How you doing, Danny? We will go back and discuss these a little bit later. So if you got questions, comments, or if you have suggestions on how we can recover from this as a country, as individuals, as human beings, as business owners, entrepreneurs, whatever you want to call yourself, how can you add to this conversation? Please post it in the comments box. So right now, let's introduce Heather Langton. Heather is the Profit Queen. She's the owner of On Point Coaching. So this is the website if you'd like to check her out. And this is a cool website. It's not a .com. It says onpoint.coach. So if you'd like to go check it out, check her out and ask her questions about a business. But take about 30 to 40 seconds to tell us who you are. Sure. And then we can go into the three topics we wanted to discuss today.
Sure. So basically, I used to own and run a construction company, a general contracting company in Colorado Springs for 15 years. After I closed that company, I started working for a couple of different companies, running their companies for them, and realized that I could have a lot more impact if I could do this with multiple companies rather than just one at a time. And with my history of running the construction company and having done every single position within the company, I have extremely good insight. I also have the benefit of having had my own business coach when I owned my construction company. So that plays a lot into how I help other companies as well.
Well, fantastic. So you yourself used a business coach in the past.
I did for 8 years during my construction company. And during that time, we went through a recession of 2008 to 2012.
Yeah, we all remember that one.
Yep. And during that time, I was able to work with my business coach to pivot and increase my revenue by 700% during that 4-year period.
Hold on. Did you say 700%?
Yes, 700%. It's pretty unbelievable, but it was, there are a lot of strategies you can use going into a recession to try and refocus yourself and make sure that you're successful, because the goal of getting through the recession, to me at least, is to keep your business going and to have no more debt than you started with, hopefully. And if you can get through with no more debt than you started with, then hopefully you're golden at that point.
Yeah. That's a great point. So let's talk about these points. We've got these written out. The first one today, before we went live, we talked about 3 things that you would suggest that we could do to work our way out of this pandemic and, ultimately a recession.
Right.
But the first thing was, hold on a second. All right. So the first thing you said was we should reevaluate your target market and service or product. So all three of those things, right? Take a look at them, take a deep dive into them.
Yes, take a look at them because, first of all, is your current service or product relevant to the economy right now? Some companies are having to make such big changes to accommodate what people want right now that it's not even feasible, or they're just irrelevant because, for example, a coffee shop is not irrelevant, but restaurants, coffee shops, things like that, they're having to look at things a little bit differently because they have to change their company forever in the way that they serve people. At this point, we're looking at changes that are permanent.
DoorDash, so they're pivoting, right? They're pivoting,
Exactly.
and DoorDash is coming out and all of that stuff, right?
That's right. And so what they're doing is they're looking at their service and their product, and they're determining whether it actually goes with their clientele still. And if it doesn't, they're trying to pivot and figure out how to make it more relevant. The other thing that they're doing, hopefully, is reevaluating their target market. Even if your product stays the same, right now, things are different. People are thinking about different things. Their priorities are different. Their money is going to different things than it previously did. I'll give you an example. In the 2008 to 2012 recession, when I owned the general contracting company, we realized in 2008 that people were not going to continue to invest in their home to beautify it and to make things higher end. They were now more investing in their home because they had something broken that had to be fixed, or something was starting to go wrong and they wanted to prevent it from getting worse.
Yeah.
So we really had to pivot. We changed how our target market, because we had a totally different target market at that point. We changed our product and service to be a lower end service so that it was more about fixing things and maintaining. And we added a handyman division. So we did a lot to pivot there. And you have to evaluate all those things, the target market and your service or product.
Awesome. I like that. I mean, I think that that's like a great topic for people to think about in their business, is your target market changing? Like, so what I'm finding is that we like to protect the way we do business, right?
Yes.
And there's a guy named Simon Sinek. Some of you may have heard of him. He was talking about, why did Netflix create Netflix, right? And why did Amazon create Amazon, instead of the book publishers, or in Netflix's case, why didn't Warner Brothers make Netflix? So I've been thinking about that a lot in my business, as far as, do we still have to do business the way we did before, or can we do more digital business? Can we do more video camera business? Do we have to sit down like we have for 20 years and have a 1-hour meeting, or can we have a 15-minute Zoom conversation on your phone and discuss your car? Yeah. So I think reevaluating that and looking at that has also expanded our target market. So our target market is going to grow through this pandemic. And our service or product, maybe won't change that much, but maybe the way we deliver, or the way we communicate with the client, is going to change, whether we like it or not.
Absolutely. And the thing about it is, no matter where you are in your business, whether you're set for life or whether you're struggling and trying to start something up right now, it's always a good idea to reevaluate your target market, your service, and your product on a regular basis, because you cannot stay relevant and current without that.
I think that's a great point, Heather. I mean, that's something that we should be looking at. We shouldn't be on this channel preaching to people. We should be talking and having a conversation and a dialogue so that we can all grow, right?
Yes,
and so I think basically thinking about it, like, okay, is this relevant anymore?
Right.
Do a stress test, talk about it, and move forward. So that's a great point. Here's your next point that you had for us, was make yourself stand out. So would you like to elaborate on, so the way I listen to it is like everybody's going to run one direction right now. Right. That's the way I look at the world, right? The pandemic hits, people are going to start running and going down the stream. And I am constantly sitting there going, okay, what about this direction?
Yes.
So tell us what you think make yourself stand out means.
Well, so it means a lot of different things, and it depends on what's going on and what you're evaluating for. But for example, right now, while we're trying to get back from this pandemic and entering potentially this recession, most people with a small business, if their money gets tight, they look at cutting their marketing and their advertising. And that is because it's a big expense. It's one of the biggest expenses within a good, strong business. The thing that's hard about that is that if you're not getting yourself exposed to new clients, how can you grow your business and keep it going? So you really need to continue your marketing, your advertising. You need to put more money into it if you're able to, if nothing else. But the other thing is right now, people are voting for who's going to stay in business by where they put their dollars. So if you make yourself stand out as having excellent customer service, truly excellent customer service, which the trick to customer service, everybody says that they have it, but the thing is that it's different to every single customer. So figuring out what that customer expects and wants out of that transaction and fulfilling that is what makes you stand out as a customer service company.
I like it. That's a great point, Heather.
Yeah. So making yourself stand out by making your customer service good, making your product better, doing something different than anybody's ever done or is currently doing, like you were saying, those are all really good ways to make yourself stand out in addition to just marketing.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, lots and lots of change is going to happen. I think the word they're using right now during this pandemic is everything is fluid.
Yeah.
You know, so like what is today is not tomorrow. I mean, in the car business, it's just all over the place. It's like a graph that goes like this, and we're following it, but we're also looking for opportunities in this particular type of environment. So, I mean, this is something that is a great point today. So we've got reevaluate your target market and service or product, make yourself stand out. Now, this one is close to my heart. This next point. Heather thinks that we should recession-proof your business or work towards recession-proofing your business. We built our business to be recession-proof in 1998. I really like that about our business. We don't keep inventory. So everybody, you know, we don't keep a lot of cars laying around. So they tie up cash and squeeze you. So what are you telling companies as far as what they can look at to try and work towards recession-proofing their business?
Okay, so there are several things you can do, obviously, but I would say, in my opinion, one of the biggest things to do is to make sure you have a strong set of financials that you evaluate on a weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly basis. There are different things that you can look for specifically within those financials to see what direction your company is going and to see whether you need to look at, do you need more clients? Do you need a better conversion rate? Do you need a better profit margin? It'll help you figure out what to work on next in your business. So that right there is a really big thing. I'd say that's probably number one in my opinion. Another thing, in order to recession-proof your business, you need to have the right team with you. You need to have, your company needs to be strong in what the product and service it offers. So some of the things that we've already talked about will help recession-proof for the future as well. For example, if you have your product dialed in and you know that your audience really likes your product, then if we come to a recession, chances are they're still going to purchase your product if it's pertinent because they already know your integrity, they know your quality, they know all about you. So that right there can help you recession-proof your business as well. I'm trying to think of what other things are really big. I would say that another big thing to recession-proof your business is just to make sure that you're taking a look at things from an outside perspective. And looking at what is the big picture within your company? Where are you headed? Where are you going? And are you providing what people need and want?
Okay. So people need to look at that. I mean, before we went live, I was wondering, like, people don't look at their financials, you know, like having that strong team you're talking about is also, it could mean a strong accountant that you have on retainer that you work with every quarter.
Yes.
To get these answers. I mean, a lot of us, you know, when you're talking about, hey, look at your financials, you know, some people may hear that and go, well, I don't even know how to read them. It's like, well,
right.
At some point, you know, you have to put people around you that can help you read those financials and look at those numbers and make sense of them, which, yeah, you know,
Absolutely.
that's a great thing for people to do.
Yep. And sometimes that's a first step where you hire somebody to bring on to make sure that you're looking at the right information and to help you learn how to interpret it. Because looking at your financials is it means nothing if you don't understand how to interpret what you're seeing and create action plans based on those financials.
Right.
So having an accountant or somebody who knows what they're talking about, when I work with clients, I actually have a standard operating procedure that I give to them that is for them to use when reviewing their financials. So it tells them what to look for, what all the information means, how often to look at this information, those kinds of things. If you can do that with your business, then that makes a huge, huge difference. It's a difference between going from your gut and going logically. And you should always use your gut, but you should definitely include your logic and not just go by your gut. That's my thought.
Yeah, the numbers just do not lie.
Uh-huh.
They don't.
Absolutely.
So let's see here. You guys, if you have any questions and you're listening out there, please post them in the comments box. We have a couple. Danny, we're doing great. Did you guys have any questions? And we had someone that posted at 9:05, we help our country.
I'm not sure if that's relevant or not.
Right. Not sure either. But it is a positive message of love, right?
And there are a lot of positive things that you can do through this time right now. I think I talk a lot about the business and how to look at financials and create systems and processes and make things scalable and make more profit and things like that. But if you take a step back, all of us as business owners, we all have a personal life, and we're a person before we're a business owner.
Yeah.
And so looking at how you, where your mindset is, and if you're able to look at things in a positive light, like this Facebook user said, actually,
Yeah,
it can
it's
change.
very relevant now.
It's interesting, and it can totally change the way that your business runs. If you don't have a balance at home and spiritually and financially and, all these different areas, you need to have a good balance. If you're missing in one of those areas, it's like you're juggling and you drop one. It throws everything off.
That was Bob Landry. Bob, what's up, man? So like when you're doing StreamYard, if you don't click the little thing before you post your comment, we have no idea who it is. So that definitely makes sense. So Bob Landry, who's he's basically my uncle. He's a realtor in town, and he's got a team of realtors that work for him. So I love that about him. He's always positive. He probably reads 40 books a week. So thank you for the comment, Bob. Well, Heather, is there any parting shots you'd like to leave for people? If you guys want to talk to her, once again, you can go check her out at onpointcoach.coach. I mean, there's no .com there. I love that. That's pretty unique. So if you want to check her out, go there. And Heather, what would you leave as a parting comment for everybody?
I would just say that now is a time when you can pivot where you're at in so many different directions, whether it be because you have to or because you want to. And because we've taken the time to be at home, a lot of us have been able to readjust mindset. And I think that that's a really good thing to continue to do, even though we're not all at home anymore. I think that it's important for us to remember where we come from, what our roots are, what's the most important, and how that right there can boost our company without even meaning to.
Yeah, I love that. So, the whole term today was how do we strategize to recover? So I really appreciate that comment. And I actually have a parting comment for people myself. For 20 years, I've been running a business and loving the way we do business and protecting everything and keeping it the way it is. But I've gotten a lot older. And what I'm trying to tell and teach my team is we're going to have to embrace some of this change. I'm not telling you or myself to just completely go to a different direction and change the paradigm of the business. But it's time to start looking at Zoom conferences. It's time to start looking at digital signatures. It's time to start doing things that we probably should have done 5 or 10 years ago. And now they're like really, really relevant. And so I think the folks that aren't even going to look at these changes are going to get left behind. That's just my speculation. And so for now, we're just adjusting and doing what you said is reevaluating the target market, reevaluating how we do business, how we deliver the product and service. And I think it's going to be a very positive thing coming out of this. It's going to be very positive. I'll be able to do business with you at your house. Only time you need to see me is the car's outside, come pick it up. It's like, so yeah, we don't need to wait till next Tuesday to have an appointment here,
Yeah. I think embracing change is key. I think you're absolutely right. Embracing change and going with the flow. Like you were saying earlier, you really have to be able to adapt and move with your customers' needs and wants.
Yeah, I love it. Well, thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Questions for me later, hit me up. We've got another, this was a great one. Look at this. What up, beautiful peeps?
Nice.
And great interviews. So you did great, Heather. Thanks for joining me today.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. It was awesome. Lots of fun.
Yes, ma'am. Have a great day. And for you guys out there, once again, if you have any comments or anything, let us know. And if you get a chance, subscribe to the channel. Have a great day, guys.
Bye-bye.